we were talking about using MySpace. Originally, I used MySpace as a forum through which to post basically my blurb about the project. But my idea now is that MySpace will become an environment for the project. My question to her specifically was, if MySpace now represents an example of living, breathing, vibrant culture, if it is truly a living culture of the moment, then what can we learn from it? And what types of tools does MySpace make available to us so that we can make work in the moment in which we are living? Or to what extent has technology shaped our capacity to make fresh music at this point in time? I think that this piece could have been made at other times, but probably not easily. And I think that the answer to this question obviously will be borne out with how we experiment and play with the tool of MySpace, how we begin to understand it not as a closed kind of system, but an open system. And so I'm interested in pursuing it and using it as an artistic tool. Right now, we're able to make fresh music because we're so off the radar. Nobody knows about it. Very few people know about it. And it's one of the reasons why we're actually able to get the kinds of interviews that we are getting. It's because the apparatus through which we are working is not overdetermined. We're a leaner mechanism. We're like a mosquito boat. We're not an institution. We're not a bureaucracy. We're not PBS. We're not even documentary films have a bunch of people working on them. This is basically one guy going out and asking questions, and the kinds of situations I'm getting into would just not be possible if the project were more known. I'll be curious to see what happens with it as it becomes more known. How will our position change? As an artist, I used to think much more in terms of, I acted on material. But I'm seeing now that actually I am being worked through by things that are in the culture already. There is no distinction between me and the larger field. So I think I used to think about acting on material, but now I'm also understanding how I'm being worked through. There was an interesting lecture by John Bell here, a puppet theorist, and he asked it wasn't a question so much as a cone, a kind of a riddle. He said, many people think of puppetry as trying to make the thing play. You try and impose your will on the tool. But the real secret of puppetry is to learn what the tool wants to say. Puppetry isn't about ego. It's about egolessness. You submit to the object. And I guess that's really, kind of what I'm touching on right now, too. Or it's something that I'm just discovering right now. But the fabulous thing about this moment is that literally the same moment that I'm thinking these things and I'm having this realization, I'm able to turn around and post it on my blog. So this isn't an isolated kind of studio discovery. This is a networked proclamation as much as it is a private moment. And I think that there is tremendous capability within that.